integration sine x plus alpha divided by cos cube x into under root cosec x plus sec x divided by cosec x minus sec x dx. This problem has been taken from TMH book, chapter indefinite integral and level 2 problem number 27. So this sum is definitely from the harder side. So I will first request all the students to try this sum by your own. If you cannot solve it, please see the video to get the solution. Those who are new to my channel, please do subscribe and press the bell icon to get notified about all the new videos I upload. And don't forget to like, share and comment. Come back after trying the sum. Let I is equals to the integration which is given to us. I'm expanding sine x plus alpha like sine x cos alpha plus cos x sine alpha. Here alpha is a constant. And cos cube x, I'm writing it as cos square x into cos x. Under root cosec x can be written as 1 by sin x. Sec x can be written as 1 by cos x. 1 by sin x plus 1 by cos x divided by 1 by sin x minus 1 by cos x dx, right? So we are having, if I separate the numerator, this portion only, with cos x. So what we will get? First we will get sin x cos alpha by cos x. That will yield tan x, and cos x sin alpha by cos x, which will give you only sin alpha. Is it clear? This cos square x will go in the numerator and it will become sec square x. Okay? And this portion is under root cos x plus sin x divided by cos x minus sin x dx. Is it clear? So we are having cos alpha tan x plus sin alpha into sec square x. Inside the root sign I am dividing with cos x. So we are having 1 plus tan x by 1 minus tan x. Okay? Now let tan x is p. That implies sec square x dx is dp. So this sec square x dx can be replaced by dp. Therefore my integration becomes cos alpha p plus sin alpha under root 1 plus p by 1 minus p dp. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely? Okay. Now you see. Let us go for another substitution where p is, let us say, cos 2 theta. So that implies what? dp is minus 2 sin 2 theta d theta. Okay? So my integration becomes cos alpha p, sorry, this p will be replaced by cos 2 theta plus sin alpha is there, 1 plus under root 1 plus cos 2 theta by 1 minus cos 2 theta, and dp is replaced by minus 2 sin 2 theta d theta. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely? Okay. Now you see. Cos alpha cos 2 theta plus sin alpha. This part will become 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta. So it will give you cot square theta. So only cot theta will come out of the root sign. Into sine 2 theta, I can write it as 2 sine theta cos theta d theta. Now when this cot theta combines with this, cot theta means cos theta by sine theta. So sine theta goes off. So we are left with this is minus 4 cos square theta. Is it clear? D theta. Right? So cos alpha cos 2 theta plus sine alpha minus 2 cos square theta, that will give you 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. Let me take minus 2 outside the integration sign. So cos alpha cos 2 theta plus sine alpha into 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. Is it clear? Now let me multiply. We are getting integration cos alpha cos 2 theta plus sine alpha plus cos alpha cos square 2 theta plus sine alpha cos 2 theta d theta. Okay, let me combine these two. So what we are having, minus 2 integration cos alpha plus sine alpha into cos 2 theta. Okay, and this one I am writing it as one plus cos 4 theta. Yes or no? Tell me this thing. Because if I take half common, it will be 2 cos square 2 theta, which is nothing but 1 plus cos 2 theta, that is cos 4 theta over here. Is it clear? So this into d theta. Okay. So what we are having now, minus 2 integration cos alpha plus sine alpha into cos 2 theta plus, look it very carefully now. Now I'm opening this bracket. So what we are having, is it clear? Plus half cos alpha cos 4 theta d theta. Yes? Okay. Now let me separate. Cos alpha plus sine alpha is constant, so I can take it outside my integration sign. So it's integration cos 2 theta d theta. Again, this is a constant, so I can take it out. Minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha integration of d theta, and then again minus cos alpha integration of cos 4 theta d theta. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Now let me just take another page. Keep this thing in front of us. So now if we integrate, what we are going to have? If we integrate, what we are going to have? We will have minus 2 sine alpha plus cos alpha is there. Integration of cos 2 theta is basically sine 2 theta divided by 2 minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha is there. Integration of d theta is theta minus cos alpha cos 4 theta. Cos 4 theta. Integration of cos 4 theta is sine 4 theta divided by 4 plus the constant of integration c. Is it clear to all of us? Absolutely. Now, so let me just simplify a little bit. Minus sine alpha plus cos alpha sine 2 theta minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha theta minus cos alpha sine 4 theta can be written as 2 sine 2 theta cos 2 theta divided by 4 plus c. Okay? So we are left with what? Minus sine alpha plus cos alpha sine 2 theta minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha theta minus half cos alpha sine 2 theta cos 2 theta plus c. Is it clear? Now we have to replace this theta. We have P is nothing but, your P is nothing but cos 2 theta. Remember it. P is nothing but cos 2 theta. If P is cos 2 theta, look it carefully. That implies sine 2 theta is basically under root 1 minus p square. Okay? And from here we can write that our theta is nothing but half cos inverse p. So now let me just replace it in this. So we are having our final answer like minus sine alpha plus cos alpha sine 2 theta is replaced with 1 minus p square minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha theta is replaced with half cos inverse p minus half cos alpha sine 2 theta is under root 1 minus p square and cos 2 theta is p plus c. Okay? Now it is the time to replace p. What is p? What is p? We have replaced theta in terms of p. Now what is p? We know that p is nothing but tan x. We have assumed that. So p equals to tan x. So we can write integration I as minus sine alpha plus cos alpha into under root 1 minus tan square x minus 2 sine alpha plus half cos alpha into half, this 2 and 2 goes off, cos inverse p, which is your tan x, minus half cos alpha tan x under root 1 minus tan square x plus c. Is it clear? So our final answer looks like this. I'm simply writing it. Sine alpha plus cos alpha under root 1 minus tan square x minus sine alpha plus half cos alpha cos inverse tan x minus half cos alpha tan x under root 1 minus tan square x plus c. And that's your answer. It is definitely a long sum, and it is, I admit this, that this is from the Herder section. Okay, that is why this sum came, this sum has been chosen in TMH level 2. Okay, so these are all advanced level problems. So I hope you people have all understood the sum. If there is any problem, write down in the comment section. And if you need any other solutions of TMH, write down that same thing in the comment section also. Okay, so see you in my next video.